feels very good.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about the play there.
I love the audiences, the reactions, and how they are.
What do you get to do in your downtime?
Quite quickly.
Nothing. I just wanted to write something by myself because I'd never written anything by myself before. So these monologues came out. That was the first thing that came out. So I was like, I realized I was writing a play. And I like the theme of people trying to improve themselves. And that's what came out.
Recognised characters ever in sort of recent comedy history. And you're
I like the way this is going so
and
far.
you're starring in this play. So, I mean, you don't do things by halves, do you, Mathew?
I love the way you went. I did double pants. No. Yes. I'll be making love with my double
There seems
pants.
to be a theme
Oh my gosh, it is, isn't it? Double pants.
David Mamet and Neil LaBute kind of inspired me to write this play. I was trying to do sort of a modern version of sexual perversity in Chicago with this play. It's a four-hander, so there's four people in it, 2 men and 2 women, and that was sort of my main inspiration.
And yeah.
Hi, I'm Jack. Hello,
You never know. We met a couple of times before we started the movie, and based on that, we just kind of went and shot it, and it worked.
The difficult part about doing it on the big screen is you don't have the immediate gratification. There's no audience there to really laugh. If you're making the director and the producers laugh, they have kind of a vested interest, so you never know whether they're really laughing or not. So you find out kind of if I cracked Elizabeth up on the set and we had to do it again, then you're doing the right thing.
He was very nice, and he had done this, redone this house for like a couple of years, and he was finally moving in.
Very sad after all those years, Mathew being on TV and everything.
He was a real fighter, wasn't he?
Completely, no. And especially through what he's gone through and what you've heard about him in the past, with, I'm not sure, addictions and whatever. I was very sad, but at the same time I did kind of expect it in a sense.
think I have to like go somewhere.
Find the spot. Don't move.
Okay, I won't.
From what I heard, his stories and what I've read, all the people that he helped, he knew a lot of people. There's a lot of people with addiction, and he helped a lot of people. So that to me is, he gave back to his community, he gave back to people. So that was very unselfish and super nice, very giving. That speaks very well of him. So how can anybody not like somebody that gives what they have? He was very fortunate. Oh, I love his sense of humor. I know he didn't want to be remembered as the show from Friends, but it's impossible. How could you not? He was Friends. It just feels, it's just unreal to know that he's already gone. He's such a young age.
My husband actually found out about it, so then he couldn't believe it. So we were all shocked. We were hoping it was not true. We're still in disbelief, but it's sad. He was so young.
Yeah, at least you get a bit of variety, but I never did. Have you seen Frederick?
I only heard rumors.
He lives in this beautiful neighborhood here in the Pacific Palisades. You can't see.
They were my happy place. I had tragedies happen in my life. I lost my parents. My mom 39 days later after my dad passed away. 11 months later, my brother passed away. So my daughter I used to be sad. So my daughter used to come up to me and be like, "Mom, I put Friends on for you. Friends is on TV for you. Go upstairs," because they knew that was my happy place. So that they did help me get through my sad moments in life. The show in particular, but Chandler, he lives a legacy.
He was a good guy, good attitude, and then just listening or hearing about his past is kind of heartbreaking, but he was doing good, and then just the news yesterday, like, very shocking.
Hank Azaria here. Mathew was the first friend I made in Los Angeles. When I moved there, I was 21. He was 16. We did a pilot together called Morning Maggie that never saw the light of day. But Mathew and I became really good friends. And we were really more like brothers for a long time. We drank a lot together. We laughed a lot together. We were there for each other in the early days of our career. he was as funny as he was on Friends, and he was, and other things too. In person, he was just the funniest man ever. He just lived to laugh, and every night he was like a genius. He would start to weave comedy threads together, just hanging out. Oh, joke here, a joke there, a joke here, a joke there. And then by the end of the night, he'd weave them all together in this like crescendo of hilarity. But most nights you spent with Mathew, you were crying, laughing by the end. I really loved him. A lot of us who were close to him felt like we lost him to drugs and alcohol a long time ago, because as he documented in his autobiography, there was so much suffering. I had to pick up and put down that biography like 11 times. It was so painful for me to read. It was really, as his friend who loved him, I knew he must be suffering, but the details of it were just devastating. Just physically, emotionally, mentally, psychologically. You know, from a recovery perspective, I mean, I'm a sober guy for 17 years. And I want to say that the night I went into AA, Mathew brought me in. The whole first year I was sober, we went to meetings together. And he was such a great, I got to tell him this, he was just, as a sober person, he was so caring and giving and wise, and he totally helped me get sober. And I really wish he could have, found it in himself to stay with the sober life more consistently. But as a recovery guy, it was hard to read that too. I just felt so bad. I mean, I knew he had gone in and out for years. You know, he documented it all publicly and then in the book. But it's heartbreaking for those of us who loved him and knew him really well personally. We just missed him. It's one of the terrible things about this disease is it just takes away the person you love. Professionally as an actor, he was so brilliant. I just wish I and the world could have gotten what the rest of his career would have been.